Well, I knew it was a human skull, but I thought everything came from over here because of the creek.
July 24th, 2017.
He wasn't perfect by no means, but it still didn't give anybody the right to take his life.
Along this stretch of road at the 2900 block of Wilhurt Avenue, someone found a skull. The discovery put Robin Johnson on a path she never imagined.
And all I recall is him being referred to as bones found in a vacant field. I never once heard any of the news articles or any of the news media outlets refer to him by name.
Skeletal remains, words that always bothered Johnson and still don't sit right with her today.
Say his name and not just refer to him as bones collected in a field. You know, he has a name.
He was 27-year-old Armani Morgan. He was Johnson's nephew. He was his mother's only child.
Just to see the grief on his mom's face on a daily basis, day in and day out, that's hard enough for me.
Some 6 years later, his death remains a mystery.
It's never a good feeling.
Johnson met with us to talk about the case along this same stretch of road where her nephew was found.
Skull laying here alongside the residential street. A few of his real bones were located underneath a bushy tree line.
It's not her first time here. She worked up the courage a long time ago to get to this place.
I just wanted to see, to try to get a sense, you know, of what the area was like. Still trying to find the answers.
At times, she even talks to Armani.
I'm still working on it, Money. Still working on it.
The department is actively investigating this offense, and we are encouraging the public to come forward with information to bring closure to both of these offenses.
Morgan's case made headlines in 2019. That's when Dallas police announced they were looking into a string of assaults and deaths involving transgender women. But the case went cold again.
But Johnson says there was a problem there as well. She says Armani did not identify as trans.
Armani identified as gay. You know, although often he would dress in female clothing.
Dallas police confirmed the skeletal remains were that of Armani Morgan and what they described as an unexplained death. In a recent request for answers from police, we were told the department isn't ready to provide further comment on the case.
When you're just trying to get answers about what happened to your loved one.
Incident reports shared with NBC5 show Johnson's daughter, Armani's cousin, last saw him on June 3rd, well over a month before his remains were found. And Johnson says he was assaulted before he went missing.
Had it not been for that moment, we wouldn't be right here, standing right here today.
In an unplanned moment during the interview, we encountered the man who discovered Armani's bones 6 years ago.
And when I stopped and got out, the dog dropped the skeleton head and he ran off. And that's when I called the police.
Larry Holland still lives in the neighborhood and remembers the day he found the skull. It was a chance meeting, one Johnson could have only hoped for.
Because it had not been for you, my nephew's mom would not have had the few bones that she did have to cremate to be able to lay her son to rest.
As for Armani, she says he was a light in the family.
You know, whenever he entered the room, he's dancing.
It's been a journey, but knowing she's not alone gives her hope.
Some of these people that he associated himself with, they're eventually going to come forward.
She believes the answers her family desperately want will come.
Don't know when that time is going to be, but somebody with some answers are going to finally come forward.
In Dallas, Candace Sweat, NBC5.